Hey, what's up? My name is Pauline. So today I'm going to be talking to you about my performance issues. I have performance issues, literally performance issues. So I've been using the Amazon Relay Load Board to get loads recently, and it's been okay until it wasn't okay. Basically, right now I'm suffering from performance issues, and it's a bad thing. It's really bad. I can't believe this, but I'm in a tough situation right now. But basically, in this video, I will be talking to you exactly how you can land yourself in the same predicament if this is what you want to do. So if this is what you think is best for you, stay tuned. I will teach you exactly how to land into performance problems. I'll also talk to you about how you can solve them if that's something you think you should be doing. And let's just get into the video. So starting off, basically right now, currently, Amazon has changed how they are posting loads. Initially, they used to post them every day, and carriers would pick the loads for whichever place they want to go at on a daily basis. And this was between, I basically would start to see them between 8:30 to 10 o'clock, like the hot ones, the good paying ones would come in at that time. But right now it has changed. Basically what happens is they post loads on like a Friday, and they post them for like a whole week, and people can pick loads for the entire coming week. And then during that week, a few loads will be dropped by some people, and then they will be posted back on. But those are just like a few. Every now and then you might see a notification of a load that has come up, or maybe those that were brought into the system on short notice. So you will be seeing those. But basically the thing is, you can't just go and book loads on a daily basis like we used to do. So that's basically something that is not working very well when it comes to people like me who have issues with our performance. When I talk about having issues, basically what it is I have a bad performance. It's a shame, but I have the worst. I've been told, somebody told me that they've never seen someone with such a bad performance as mine, and I was like, what? Excuse me? I didn't think. Okay, yeah. So it's terrible. The very first load that we booked with Amazon, we booked it on a Sunday, and it was showing like it starts on Monday. So that's the most thing we saw. Like we saw it starts on Monday at 1 o'clock. Maybe like 1:20, because that's how they usually like put them. It was starting like at 1:20 on Monday. So we were like, oh, perfect. It means we are going to start, fresh week and fresh load board. It's all good. We went to bed, and around 1 o'clock, a phone call comes in, and the guy was saying, oh, we don't see your driver here. Are you the one who is supposed to pick up the load going to, from here to here? Like, yeah, but it's for Monday. We can't be there today. And they're like, oh, no, it's actually for today. And we're like, oh, can we come in still? I know we are late, but can we still come in? They were like, how long do you think you can be here? It's okay. Well, about an hour, because the truck is parked way up there, and then we live like way down here. So they're like, no, that's a bit too late. We can't. I'll just cancel the load, and you can book another one the following time. So that's how it all started. That load was canceled, and I'm pretty sure that was like the worst. That's when we got like the big pow on the backs, because It was the very first load, and we actually didn't show up. We didn't show up because, I don't know, we didn't learn about how to read time. That's what happened. So the following day, I adjusted all my time, my clock on, in the house. I changed it to 24 hours because I didn't want this to happen again. I changed my phone clock to 24 hours still, because that is how the Amazon reads their time, in 24 hours. So basically that load was supposed to start that Sunday night, which is like Monday morning, very deep in the night morning. So that's what it was. Literally, I thought it was starting on Monday at 1 p.m., which is ridiculous, but that's how it all started. And then going forward, we started to see loads, and we would book a load for like 500, and shortly after we would see, like maybe 30 minutes in, we begin to see the same load posted at like 580, and then I would cancel. I would literally just cancel and book the one for 580. Sometimes I would cancel like 2 times and book a load for like 600, which was ridiculous. I don't know why somebody didn't tell me this on how strongly it was going to affect me. So I canceled loads like all the time. I didn't settle for any money that was little. And in any case, if they posted the same load and the same route, going with the same stops for a little bit higher price, I was definitely going to cancel the one before. Amazon gives performance basically in 4 areas. They give you performance in terms of on time, how early or late you are for your arrival and departures on the different stops that you are assigned to. You are also rated on your acceptance levels. You have to be having a good performance in terms of acceptance, whereby whichever load you book, you take it and you see it through to the end. They also rate you on your app usage, which is basically something that I don't think many people suffer with that, because it's pretty self-explanatory, and that's the only place that I'm scoring 100%. And then we also have disruption free, which is basically measurements for how you execute loads without any interruptions like drivers not being assigned to a load. But that is equally easy for you to stay on top of. The big one is being on time and accepted. At one point, receiving emails on a daily from the Amazon team asking me to give an explanation on why I have so many issues with my on-time rating, to which I explained, like I've given you an explanation of how most of the time the loads are not assigned enough time, and we realized a bit late that we had an option of reporting a delay and also asking for adjustment of time. We just kept on driving. We didn't think that it was something that was that important that we always had to call in. But you have to be calling in. If you see that you're going to be late, call them, ask for extension of time. Sometimes at this point, we have also started to just report a delay. Even though we're not going to be late, we ask for a little bit of leeway such that we have some wiggle room in case we are late or not. So I think that's something that can help if you are going to work with Amazon. So the problems you're going to be facing is having cheap loads, which is something that I suffered, but at the time I didn't even know that I was getting cheap loads because I thought that was the normal pricing. But definitely after speaking to people around, I realized that I was getting the low end of the loads. I will also be getting late access. When these loads are posted out, apparently there are people who see them like hours, way many hours before you can be able to see them, and you basically see them much later on. And you know, for whenever you see them, it means the good ones have been taken. So that's not nice. And also, you will, at this point, now that everything has changed, you will be having no loads at all, which is where I am right now. And the major reason for this video, that I have no loads in my load board. I am not seeing anything any day, anytime. It's sad because I started this business to be making money, and if I'm being denied loads, I don't know what to do. Basically, we start out the day without anything. Even on a Friday, when they're usually now being posted for the week, we can't see the loads. But what we are also seeing, that when sometimes the loads that are usually sometimes posted during the day, that those ones that are, I'm thinking those that have been booked by some other people and they dropped them, we get notifications as they've showed up, but on reaching the load board to check it out, most of the time it's already gone, because it's literally in a flash like this. People just swap it and they just take it. And this is a funny story. At one point I was freaking out. I started to troll YouTube about performance, but there are not so many people who are in the predicament that I'm in. Most of the people who are crying over performance are in the 80s, literally. And I've been in, first of all, I had a 9% performance at one point, and then I went to 30s, and then I went to 40s. I've actually been really working on this. I went to 30s and 40s. At one point I had it at 45. This previous week I've had it at 50, I think 57. For the longest time I've had it for 57, and currently, as of this morning today, I will tell you that I have my performance at 66.7%. I'm proud of myself. I'm working so hard on this, but basically, with my performance, I have no loads that are showing up in my load board, but that's life. But how am I getting through with it right now? Currently, what I'm doing is collaborating with other carriers, which is something that you should be looking into if you ever land in this position, or if you're even in it and you're scared to come out. Don't worry, I came out in your honor too. But if you are suffering from this is the time when you need to work with other carriers in your area to help you book loads. So these people who have good performance above 95 apparently have early access. They have access to the very good paying loads, so they can be able to book loads if they work with you and they enroll you with their platform. They can be able to book loads that you are later on given routes for to drive, and you can be able to make money. But the only downside to this is that most people will charge you a percentage. My Collab is charging me 10%, which is, I think, too much, but what can I do? I'm kind of stuck in this situation. And the other thing is that the good behavior that you're exhibiting in loads booked by another person is not going to be put on your record. You will not be rewarded for being on time or even accepting those loads as consistently as you will be getting them. So that is something that you should also not think that is something that you should be keeping in mind. So basically what you will be doing is just staying afloat and staying in the green when it comes to getting some money for the truck to keep it moving. Also, whenever the loads are posted, these little loads. Sometimes you might be able to see loads that are very cheap, like $300, $400. Just take them because they are going to be helping you to work on your performance. You don't want to be canceling on the people you are working with because it is going to affect their performance, and that's not what they're in here for. They're basically also trying to stay on top of this, and this is some of the conditions they'll be giving you. I'll be giving you those conditions whenever my performance is up there, so don't worry. When my performance gets better, I will help you out, guys, if you are suffering with a bad performance like I am currently. Anyway, comment below, give me any ideas on what I should do still to better my situation. Just for fun, you can also be telling me what your performance is, such that I can have something to look forward to and also work towards too. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Pray for me. We've basically been on time, but the loads that we've been hauling have had issues. First of all, sometimes you have like lots of boxes, so many boxes, and they are in little pieces. Sometimes they don't put them in pallet format, so you have little pieces going on different spots. So every time you reach a spot, you have to go through scanning all of them to see which one goes where. And sometimes we've been going, there was a route that we basically did for so long, and we didn't know how severe that route was affecting our on time. Basically, it is a route going to Vermont, Bethel, Vermont. It literally is going through mountains, and they usually lose network, and the network can cause the platform to see you as being late, even though you're not yet late, and then it sometimes doesn't give you enough time. There's also a route, I think it is equally going somewhere in Vermont, that